welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. And after the week gone by that was certainly for us so disappointing, we had PSG. We followed it up there with yet more disappointment served on a plate by Ronald Koeman against Cadiz. Now in this game, it's massive. It is a huge game for us as a team, for Koeman himself, because surely here now, he's done the same thing after PSG, the same mistakes were made. It has to be time for change. There are absolutely no excuses. There wasn't before, but there is even less so now. We have another home game, another opportunity, and another game that we should win. But the question is, this is Barca, and will they actually get the job done? Because let's crack right on here with this video, because of course the big question is not only can we win this game, but are we still in the La Liga title race? Now there's no denying that at the weekend there was a big opportunity that opened up for us. Atletico Madrid had lost on the weekend and we really could have and should have taken advantage of that moment, but of course we didn't. We slipped up against Cadiz and the question remains, are we still in this title race here? And let's just have a look at the La Liga table, because right now Atletico, as you can see, still are top of the league. 23 games they played, 55 points they have accumulated, although recently there has been a little bit of a dip in their form. Real Madrid are in second. They played one game more than those around them. They're just 3 points behind Atletico on 52. Then it's not even Barca, it's Sevilla in third. They played 23. They're 48 points and therefore 7 behind Atleti. And then there's Barca. We have played also 23 and we're now 8 points away from Atletico Madrid with the same amount of games played and 5 behind our arch-rivals, Real Madrid. And I was certainly interested to know, guys, coming into this video, of course, do you believe that we're in the title race? Do you believe there's any chance whatsoever that we can get our hands on this trophy, given the fact that we are pretty much out of the Champions League and with an uphill task as well in the Copa del Rey? This could be the only attainable trophy in this season once again. And what I would say personally is this right now. There's 15 games to go in this La Liga season, 14 for Real Madrid. And I think right now, any of the 4 teams at the top, they can challenge for this title. Barcelona are included in that. We can make a challenge. When you look at the fixtures in just a moment's time, there are some favourable ones there that lean more towards our side. But of course, this is a team that all season long have been inconsistent, haven't really been deserving. Let's be honest, we haven't been deserving of making a real challenge for this league. Can that change now? It does seem unlikely. But let's look at these fixtures, because let's start first of all looking at Atletico Madrid's games to come, because like I say, they have 15 games left this season, and they start now with a really tricky period. You can see there, games away at Villarreal, they've got Real Madrid at home, Athletic Club as well, who are doing really well under Marcelino, and then as you progress as well, they've still got games to go away to Sevilla, away at Real Betis. Those are 2 very tricky games. They go away to Athletic Club, they've also got to play us at the Camp Nou, and they also play Sociedad before the end of the season. So Atletico have some really big games in there. Real Madrid, I would say, have more favourable fixtures than Atletico, but they still have challenges, nonetheless, in their next 2 games. They play Sociedad next, which is not an easy game. They then play Atletico at the Wanda Metropolitano. They've still got to play us. Betis at home, Sevilla at home, Athletic Club away, and Villarreal at home. Real Madrid have tough games, but you would say there all of those big games are usually coming at home for them. Then there is Sevilla, who I think actually before the end of the season, they are in this fight, because up until the final few games of the season, I think they've got a great run of games. Obviously, up next for them, it is going to be Barcelona, but after that, they've only got Betis at home there, they've got Atletico at home, and then they've got a real run of games, which are very winnable for them. But look at that run there. Sociedad away, Athletic Club at home, Real away, Valencia at home, and then Villarreal. A really difficult run for Sevilla. That could really trip them up in the title race. And look at Barca's fixtures, because obviously up next we do have Elche, then we go away to Sevilla, which is such a tricky game. We also have to go away to Sociedad, away to Real Madrid, and away to Villarreal, along with Valencia too, and we do play Atletico at home. But apart from those games, and look, those games, they are going to be tricky, we do have there some decent, winnable games you'd think. And I think when you look there at the top four and the remaining fixtures side by side, I think you can draw a little bit of a conclusion from that. I think out of everybody, Atletico Madrid, certainly in the immediate future, they've got really, really difficult games, especially given the fact here they have dipped in form. They might find it tough over the next few weeks. I think Real Madrid have got pretty good games, pretty favourable games, and I would put Real, to be honest, up there with the favourites right now for the La Liga title. Sevilla have that decent run, but they've got a tricky ending to the season. And Barca, if we can actually get our act together, if we can pick up some form and actually play well in some big games, it is still there for us. But the question marks remain, and they will remain until Koeman starts making better choices. Which brings us swiftly on to those choices indeed, because coming into this game, I've also asked you a very, very important question. How many changes are you expecting against Elche from Ronald Koeman to the teams there that face PSG, and then of course the same team that face Cadiz at the weekend? And as you can see, expectations, they're pretty low. They are pretty low coming into this game. Many of you believing, you know what, Koeman still, he ain't going to change anything. And I think, to be honest, that negativity, it is justified. Koeman right now has not given us any evidence whatsoever that he's going to change, but he needs to. Coming into this game, as MD say on the cover there, no more mistakes. How do you avoid those mistakes? Well, one of the things you can do is take those players out the lineup who are liable to making individual errors. I'd start there personally, and that is why I, no doubt about it, would make changes. Because indeed, just as I said before the Cadiz game, we need radical changes in this team. It's not just about one or two here, it is about changing the dynamic, the core of this team, and bringing there some freshness to our play. And that is why out for me would go Jordi Alba, would go Clement Lenglet, and would go Gerard Piqué, Firpo, Umtiti, Mingueza and Dest along that back line. That is a good enough defence to get past Elche and try and avoid making individual errors. In midfield, I would go with De Jong, Pedri, Ricky Puig. As a trio, that is brilliant. It has got an absolutely fantastic blend in the middle of the field. That's what I'd go with. And up front, I would try something different. I know that people on the weekend were quite frustrated with Dembele in terms there of the end product. He should have scored. He should have scored at least 1, 2 goals, maybe even a hat-trick, to be fair. He had the chances, but I did like the way he was direct. He was looking to make something happen. He was much more involved than he was against PSG. I would play him maybe from the left, Messi down the middle, give Griezmann there a bit of a breather. He hasn't been in electric form in recent times. Bring in Trincao from the right-hand side. And that lineup there, you can't deny it, that should beat Elche. There is no excuses whatsoever. If you change things up, give those players an opportunity, I guarantee you now, they will get you a result. However, let's not kid ourselves, and I myself are going into this game with low expectations from Koeman until he shows me otherwise. And I actually think here he'll probably only make 1, 2, maybe 3 at a push changes, and this is the team that I see him playing against Elche in midweek. I think Umtiti will replace Clement Lenglet. I think even Koeman couldn't ignore the error once again from Lenglet, and I think he needs there some time out of the team. Umtiti will come in, but I think apart from that, it's going to be a relatively similar lineup. I think we're going to see exactly the same midfield, the same fullbacks. Griezmann and Messi will start. Maybe Dembele will continue in the team, but there are reports right now that Trincao is going to get a start. So maybe you'll see Umtiti come in, you'll see Trincao come in, but I wouldn't expect radical change from Koeman right now, who just doesn't seem open to doing it. But of course, guys, coming into this game, I just hope that we do well. I hope that we see a better team. I would love for Koeman to go out there and actually say, you know what, I gave you a chance against PSG, you let me down. I gave you another chance, I gave you all a second chance against Cadiz, and you let me down again. So maybe here, Koeman will say, you know what, I'm going to do it now. I am going to change things because you've let me down. I'm not going to accept that, and here are the changes I'm going to make. I would love to see that happen. Will it happen? We will have to wait and see. I'll be seeing you guys, whatever happens on Wednesday after the game. I hope that we win. I hope that we can keep this La Liga title race alive. We are in it, but we got to win. We have to keep winning to keep ourselves in contention. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's hope for the best. And thank you for your incredible support. I'll see you next time. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça.